me, this is the most luxurious spot.
Even in luxury homes like these, there's always something to nitpick. Welcome, dear friends. We decided to come to Abu Dhabi to show you a spacious villa for how many people?
Yes, for a large family, and even the mother-in-law will fit here with the help and staff. Just feel the atmosphere of what a country house for a large number of people looks like. Want some? And these, well, let's let those family secrets stay secrets. When you have a big family and you're heading out, no one gets ready quickly, so you can wait out here while the kids and the adults get themselves together. This is where your mother-in-law can sit and watch the whole scene to see if everyone's ready, then head off with her driver to take care of her business. So you don't have to run around the house. There's plenty of room right here in the courtyard for everyone to gather.
The whole layout is actually very convenient. I mean, the garage easily fits 3 cars for the wife, the husband, and for the kids. You drive in, get out, and walk right into your villa. Next, we'll show you the area with the pool. There's one here too,
but we'll save that for last as the highlight. Let's take a look at how big the house and the space are. And we'll save the outdoor area by the pool for the very end. Be sure to watch until then. It'll surprise you.
Let's go see. That's a good heavy door.
Massive.
It's strange there's no doorbell, but you probably don't need one here. It'll just be family and friends inside. And what do we see? We see a room. Let's take a look. What's this? And this is the office.
Listen, it's a pretty spacious place. And if you don't need an office, it has its own bathroom and storage space. You could basically use this as a guest room. If friends and family visit often, you can put them up here. If the kids and the family are on the second floor, you can host guests right here on the first. Listen, it's a great room. Not all villas have one.
With its own bathroom?
Yes, there are plenty of ways you could use it. You can leave it as is or change it up. And look, notice that for a large family, there's a large entrance area. You can drop off small items here when a bunch of kids come running in. If it's like a whole pack or a gang flying in and there's space for them, you can walk through easily. I'll show you a small downside in a bit, but first, look. We saw the one office room that could be a guest room, but here is a complete guest suite, a place where your friends can come and stay for a longer period of time. It features a large storage system, closed closets, and some extra shelving for convenience. So it's a fully functional room, but since it's on the first floor, in large villas, it's usually used for guests because the first floor is for living and the second floor is for sleeping.
By the way, I noticed the Ordinary furniture. It's a very good brand. It's Brazilian and actually costs more than Italian furniture. So everything we see here in the kitchen, what we see here, is all very expensive furniture. I'll tell you that.
Overall, I really like the finish and the space. There are some downsides, we'll talk about them now, but basically it has its own bathroom. Most importantly, every room has access to the terrace, to the outside. It's in absolutely every room. Andre, tell us about the maid's room.
Show the room. Every house naturally should have a maid's room. I mean, if you have a house of this format, it's just a necessity. And everything is well thought out here too. So there's a bed, its own bathroom, its own storage space, and of course a spot for a washing machine, because a house like this needs to be maintained. Igor, have you seen the kitchen here? Whoa, 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 what is this?
Friends, this is the downside I wanted to mention, because even Andre confused this mirror portal and thought he was walking towards me. And imagine how little kids will bump into it. It's an unusual solution, yes, but there's a catch. Essentially, it's a secret room. Let's go.
Whoopsie. It's Harry Potter's room.
Yeah. In fact, you'll be keeping your family secrets here, but in reality, scooters, strollers, bicycles, and all this kids' gear, which a large family will have in huge quantities, will fit easily. And it won't annoy anyone. It'll have its own quiet hidden room.
Or don't mention it at all and actually keep your secrets there.
Yeah.
Wow. Now that's a living room, I tell you, yeah.
But look at this kitchen. What do you think?
Listen, the kitchen, show the kitchen. It's just, what is this even? First of all, it's isolated from the living room, and that's really cool. It's very nice, spacious. There's a separate exit to the street, so you can easily, from outside, come in here or have the staff enter from that side instead of the main entrance. Well, yeah, everything's stylish.
A big kitchen for a big family, Siemens appliances, a Siemens hood. It has everything. And look, every housewife's dream is to watch the yard while she's washing the dishes. An ideal solution, having this window portal right in front of the sink. It gives more light. You can always see every little thing you're cleaning or cutting here. Well, big family, look, large storage systems. And the most interesting part is also the ceilings and the lighting system. The light is so soft, right, Andre?
Yeah, the light is cool. Do you think the lady of the house will cook here herself?
Well, I think we still have a maid's room, and she will be the one who is actually doing it for us. But I know that people who have, so to speak, staff, they also really love to cook themselves. And this space is important too. I wouldn't even call it a technical kitchen. It's just a closed portal where all the smells stay, essentially. Because it's a big family, there's a lot of cooking to do. It's going to be a constant food conveyor belt. And there's plenty of space here. Imagine when little kids run in, they can run in here and run out there. They won't crowd or push each other. Let's stand in this doorway together so they can see that even the two adults can fit.
Actually, if the lady were cooking, they'd choose a better view, towards the sea at least.
I agree.
And this view,
I agree.
it's not exactly great. All right, so this is our living room. You can host friends here, a large number of friends. Just look at how much space. There's a couch, there are armchairs, a sofa, it has everything. There's a place to have lunch, so you can really spend quality time here. And this kind of space is highly valued, of course. In the Emirates, they really build like this, giving common areas the maximum area in the house.
Look, just feel the space where you can set the table for dinner, have breakfast or lunch, and then spend time here after a meal, gather, discuss things, read, or have a chat. And look, most importantly, you have direct access to that special highlight zone we'll show you. At the end, the views will just blow your mind. So, Andre, what do you think this is for?
Well, look, this spot is for watching TV together with the whole family in the evening with the warm lights on. This chandelier, look, it's a work of art. You sit with the whole family, the kids, and watch your favorite movie at the very least. Or you invite your friends over and spend time right here.
Actually, as our fellow citizens from Russia usually do, yeah, you know, our dear Russians, I'd probably put a treadmill or maybe even a stationary bike right here, just like we always do back home, right? It's kind of a tradition for us, you could say, to have some exercise equipment in the house.
Well, yeah. And I would put an extendable table.
To expand it when guests come over?
Sure, that Soviet mindset still lives in me, and I want to apply it somehow.
Rationally?
I don't know why they haven't thought of it yet, or maybe they have, but for some reason they didn't put that kind of table here.
Let's go to the second floor and see what the master bedroom and the kids' rooms look like. And most interestingly, the one for your mother-in-law.
Listen, the stairs are top-notch, I'll say that right away, with the lighting and the stone. It's very nice. And this glass partition, made of double glass, it's quite solid, you know, unlike many options I've seen where it wobbles like this.
Yeah, just imagine for a moment that you have a really large family with both kids and elderly people living together, and
Look, it's very sturdy.
Yes, a solid staircase. I like it.
Yeah, and generally when you're in this house, you notice it's cool and there are no wall-mounted AC units. Of course, for Dubai, that's not news, but still, look at how beautiful it is. The way these vents are designed. So there's supply ventilation, an exhaust, and a heat recovery unit that helps save up to 30% on electricity. I can explain how it works if you're interested. Basically, two airflows, warm and cool, meet each other. And in the heat exchanger, the warm airstream is cooled by the outgoing cool airstream. And that's how you save up to 30%. Even 40% of electricity.
Man, I don't understand any of it, but it's very interesting. And most importantly, it saves electricity. That's important. And look at how discreet it is. To be honest, I didn't even realize what those slots were. I kept looking for the central ventilation. But essentially, here it is, a hidden air conditioning system throughout the house. So here we are in this little second floor landing. Andre, which room should we start with?
Any of them. Let's start with this one. What do we have here? A teenager's room, right? Take a look. It's basically quite small here. I don't know, maybe 10 square meters, no more. But basically, everything you need is here. So, who would live here? A boy or a girl?
Well, based on the interior, I'd say a girl, and quite a fancy girl at that. She likes breakfast in bed. Look.
Yeah, she's quite a lady with high standards, to say the least.
Storage systems, built-in wardrobes, its own bathroom. And the best part is this balcony for one person. Go on, take a look. It's just right here.
Well, there's a bed for one person here, and of course, an armchair. And the table, yes, the table is made of travertine. Look, it's natural stone.
I like the bathroom. It's compact and neat, but look at this element. Couldn't they have recessed it? Flush, you know, hide it a bit inside? What do you think, Andre?
Listen, let me just tell you something. This thing right here, you see it? Well, it really should actually be over here instead. Ideally, from all the renovations I've seen and worked on, the tank is usually placed here, and the flush plate is right here.
Right here?
Yes, but not there.
Well, at least recess it. At least make it flush.
With it? Well, yes.
With the stone.
So it's seamless.
But otherwise, it's actually very neat. It has everything. It's enough for one person, plenty of space and storage.
Listen, you can find fault with anything. Even in luxury homes like these, there's always something to nitpick. All right, let's check out the second bedroom. What do we have here? This is the nursery. Look, pay attention to this. This is where could live. That one was for a teenager, but this is for two small children. So what's here? A nice spacious balcony, by the way, great for kids. They can go out and enjoy the sea views. The room is spacious for doing homework or, I don't know, drawing.
The only thing that really seems to be missing is all those thousands of toys, like, the space for cars and planes and all those fun things. Just imagine a little world for kids right here in the room, a special place where they could play. Where would you even put it? Honestly, it just feels a bit too small to me, like it's really just for sleeping.
Listen, but, well, whoever buys it will add all that.
Or turn that office into a playroom for the kids. What do you think, instead of an office?
Yeah, easily, if there are many children and there's a need for it. Look, this is another room, a guest room. Actually, you can even play chess here, Igor. Do you know how?
Yes, let's play. The only thing is, I'm missing a knight, so I'll probably strengthen my position on the board.
All right, let me see. I suppose then I'll go ahead and take the queen.
I propose a draw.
Yes.
Okay. Well, honestly, I lay on the bed and the space is gorgeous. Very high ceilings. You feel comfortable here. And again, access to your own private balcony, which is quite large.
Let's go see more. And what immediately catches the eye is the intercom, which is on. Oh, by the way, look, I moved my hand near it and it turned on.
Touchscreen.
Yes, touchscreen. So, say you're sleeping at home, right? And someone comes knocking at the door. Well, I don't know. That's unlikely. But you go over, press the camera, see who's there, and open it or lock it even more securely. Well,
of course, when you have a big family, kids are always running in and out, and so you don't have to go downstairs every time. You can easily give them access, or the driver, or the staff, so they can just come in and you don't have to go down.
it's convenient.
Man, now let me show you the warmest and most soulful room in the house. The mother-in-law's room. She's really like your second mother, isn't she? The most beloved and precious person, the one who gave you your wonderful wife, or your loving husband. Let's take a look inside. This is a separate master suite, complete with its own private bathroom and plenty of comfortable space. Look at the furniture. It's all done with such genuine warmth and care. For someone who loves art, they can paint here. There's a large storage system. But look at this balcony. Just look at it. How did they even think of this? We've seen all the rooms, you've seen the space. But what is this? But if your mother-in-law has a bit of a temper, then this balcony was likely made just for her so she could step out and yell. Kids, get inside right now. It's time to eat. You've been out for 3 hours. Hey, you, finish that construction. There's some music playing. And you, listen, turn that music off too.
Hey, the music's actually pretty good.
Go away. So basically, for her to step out and show her authority and have her say, is the perfect spot. Tell me, what do you think of this balcony? Let us know in the comments. But let's go see the heart of the home, which is the master bedroom. Andre, show us.
We've seen quite a few villas already, but to have a master bedroom like this, I don't know. It's probably 30 square meters, just a massive bed, huge panoramic windows, and of course the view. I mean, villas like this, they have to have a view like this. Look, here we have natural islands with mangroves, a beach, and very clear, beautiful water. And naturally, it has its own bathroom since it's the master bedroom, so this one has a bathtub, unlike all the others. There's a bathtub right here. Very convenient sinks, right? So a couple will be staying here. So this, for example, would be my sink, and this would be my wife's sink. The kids have their own sinks. Naturally, it has everything you need for the bathroom. And storage space, so there's an integrated wardrobe here. This is one of the most interesting design choices. Before you go into the bathroom, you can put your things away. For instance, you could keep your bathrobes here. Your wife's things can go here, and your things too.
So you won't have to fight over cabinets and shelves, right?
Definitely not, for sure.
And I'd also like to point something out. Andre, look. This little bench at the foot of the bed, people always ask, what's the point of this? Decor, right? Actually, let me share a real-life story. It's a very functional piece. For example, I wake up before everyone else, go about my business, and go work out. So my family is asleep, my wife is asleep, and I...
Wait, you work out?
No, but I use this bench to get dressed. I put on my gym clothes here so I don't disturb her. Because at my house, I don't have this kind of space at the foot of the bed. This little bench, yeah, I don't know. Half the sofa's gone. And she's always telling me, why are you waking me up? Why are you waking me up? But now that issue is solved. So for those who didn't know what this is for, it's actually a functional space and the guardian of your family's happiness.
Actually, this scent, I've always liked it. I mean, there are air fresheners all over the house, and it's a very, very pleasant smell.
Yeah, even though the house is big, it smells harmonious.
They're placed in different spots. By the way, pay attention right now. Do you hear that?
What?
Voices.
Uh-huh. Let's take a look. Well, let's let those family secrets remain secrets. Let's go see the most amazing place where you'll spend time outdoors, grilling meat, making kebabs, and swimming in your own pool.
Yeah, it's all here too. Let's go check it out.
But why should we walk? let's just head out straight from the living room. For me, this is the most gorgeous spot because having a setup like this where you can quickly wash, serve, or chop something up. Right here, look, you see, you can grill, slow cook, or bake. Really, you can make anything you want, like whatever you feel like having. So what do you like?
Listen, I really love grilling all kinds of delicious meat, so for me personally, this thing is honestly an absolute must-have.
And I love grilled veggies and making burgers with the kids, so we'll be very comfortable here. But it's up to you how you use this space because everything is provided for. Also, look, there's an outdoor shower here because you have direct access to a part of the Persian Gulf, right? You're right on the lagoon. You take a walk and then immediately wash the sand off your hands and feet and spend time here. Man, here. I'd spend most of my time here because look at this cool fireplace. Imagine how beautiful it is here in the evening.
Awesome.
The lanterns come on, the fireplace is glowing, you're having dinner here talking, and you have these stunning views because this space opens up to the most unforgettable thing people get here, the view.
Yeah, you can set up your sun loungers here, and there you go, your own private beach, but that's not all. I mean, that part's clear. If we walk just a bit over here, look at how crystal clear the water is. Can you imagine? I just want to take a running start and dive right in. Unfortunately, I can't actually do that. Artificial intelligence could probably edit it in, but let's not fool anyone. Just look at how beautiful it is. For instance, when I travel to another country, for some reason, I tend to prefer pools. I spend more time in the pool. I don't know. I just enjoy being in a pool ever since I was a kid. Comfy loungers, a gazebo for some shade. Everything is here for the life you deserve.
But I'd also point out the little details. Look at how the edge is designed next to the water. It's not like typical pools, where there's a specific drainage zone. It's like a seamless continuation. The stone flows right into the water. It's very beautiful.
Especially looking that way. You look out and it just merges with the water. It's called an infinity edge.
Yeah, it's a gorgeous place. And there's a jacuzzi over there, I see.
Yes, a jacuzzi or a child could swim there since it's shallower. It feels like it's about, 1.6 meters deep, right? That's the standard here. So you won't drown, basically, but both adults and kids can enjoy a swim.
And look how interesting the house design is. You're standing in the sun now, but if I just take 2 steps, I'll be in the shade. Look, that's it. And this part here, you can hide from the sun, or you can get some vitamin D. And here, basically...
Actually, there's a special... no need to improvise. There's a dedicated spot to just chill out and enjoy yourself.
So, how do you like this family villa layout for a lot of kids? Your mother-in-law would have a great time relaxing here. And friends can visit not just alone, they can bring their families. There's also a room for the staff. Overall, there's plenty of space. There are some minor things we might have nitpicked, sure, that we don't like. But overall, this vast sense of freedom is what provides that feeling of comfort, ease, and privacy. Notice how much greenery there is.
Yes, I noticed that. Just imagine, you have a big family, your kids are grown, you have grandkids, maybe they live in different countries or cities. Then you need a place where everyone can gather together.
And they do come.
Yes, it's a vital point because we're quite young now, so it's hard to think about. But I looked ahead just a little bit, and this is that place, but a real family citadel.
Residence. Yes, a residence indeed.
Well, we've shown you an amazing large villa in Abu Dhabi. I really liked it. What about you?
I liked it even more, and my family will love it even more. I'm actually afraid to show them this episode because I'll have to buy it.
100%. If you liked the villa or didn't, let us know in the comments. Be sure to subscribe. We love seeing new faces and answering your questions.
If you like this format and are looking for projects like this, there's a link in the description where we've selected the absolute best units for apartments, villas, and townhouses at the best prices. We have plenty to surprise you with.
We also have a wide selection of completed projects, as well as a variety of off-plan options available. It's all right there in our catalogs for you to browse through. Well, I guess it's about time for us to say goodbye for now. See you next time, friends. We're staying here for a bit longer. Camera person, you can head that way when you're ready. We're off to...
the hidden room.
Yeah, absolutely.